I wouldn't think I would have to make this video, but now this is the third time attempt on this. So let me see if I can do this. If you go look at my Moby entry, I've got a lot of thanks on games. Now, some of that is people being nice, but some of that is I've actually sat in writers' rooms. I've had meetings with people every month to go review their story and where they are. I've actually written some dialogue that's made it into games. I've talked about design. I've reviewed. I've talked about HR. I've introduced them to accountants and lawyers. Just been an ear to listen to so that they could vent and shoot ideas around and we could talk about it. I love making games. And one of the things that, when I left Valve, I decided I would always spend some time every week meeting new people. I try every month at least now. Before it was even more, but right now, every month to meet somebody new and have a conversation with them. I spend a lot of time doing that. I do that again because I love games and I love the part of the process and it's all just super interesting to me. But if you have a Twitter account, I'm not even going to reply to your email. I used to reply and explain why. But even though it was obvious to me back in the day that you can look at Elon Musk going into Italy and Germany and talking about purity of race, if you could see what he's doing to the US government and his coup and all of his transphobia, his white nationalism, and be like, yeah, I want to support that. It doesn't make a difference if you don't follow Elon Musk. You being on his platform generates income and it normalizes his behavior, it normalizes his words. If you can't understand that, A, you're not smart enough to make a game that I want to play. B, I don't want to interact with you. I don't want to spend a second of my life. I don't want to spend enough time right now to delete your I'll delete your email, but I don't want to reply to your email. That's how little I think of you right now. Okay? This is it. This is a response to probably like 10 emails or messages about this. I'm just not going to respond to you. I'm not. That you can see all of that and all the harm that he is doing, the platforming of hate and the normalizing of the discourse that we have had, the slow boiling of the frog. Right? Someone tried to tell me like, oh, this is just politics is normal, right? I mean, Kamala Harris, she was vice president, senator, DA, all elected. She would have been the only president who ever served in all three branches. Elon Musk has never been elected and now runs across all three branches. And he's not doing this to expose corruption. He is doing this. He is chasing out critics of Tesla. Hey, did you know 10 years ago you could pay extra for your full self-driving of Tesla? Ain't ever happened yet. And so he's chasing those people out. He is mining the world for data. He is destroying and purposely being cruel and hurting human beings for his own profit. His mom is a horrible human being because she raised a monster. You can look at that and you can go, I want to normalize that. I want to participate with that. I want to give a voice to that. That's what you're doing by staying on Twitter. I don't care. I don't care. I'm not going to sit there and tell you about engagement, how it's a lousy place for engagement, and you could do 10 times that on Blue Sky or TikTok. I'm not going to talk about any of that with you. I'm just going to ignore you because you're not worth it. And I'll get someone in here who was going to get all mad at me about like, oh, how can you? Because this is my own fucking time. This is time I do for free. I don't charge for this. This is my own time. I am allowed to use my own time as I wish. I'm allowed to talk about the things I want, and that's called real free speech. And I am allowed to choose how I spend my time and who I help. I don't owe somebody something because they contacted me, because they're nice. You have a chance right now in the world. If you ever wondered, what would I have done? Every single day when you wake up, what you would have done is what you're doing now. Oh, and I should add, hey, if you are making a game and you're not on Twitter and you've rejected all that BS, hit me up. I'm serious. If you just want to talk about it, I mean, if you don't have any start or something, you need to have something to have a conversation about this, or even just, I guess, if you're just trying to figure out how to start, happy to do that. I seriously spend time doing that. I am more than happy to do that, okay? But if you're on Twitter, I'm going to ignore you. And if you try to hide your Twitter, I'll block you then for real. But seriously, if you're not on Twitter, if you're a good human being, and also, I mean, not doing other stuff as well, like, all those things deal with that. But if you want to just talk about game design, if you want to talk about just your writing and feedback, it's really hard for me to read really long things right now just because of my time, because some stuff going on personally as well as what I'm trying to do here. But outside of that, like I really am available. So just hit me up.